What the fuck are you wearing?
Bro, these are my blue paisleys. The fuck? My blue paisleys. I got these in Africa, bro. Hello, Summi. This is a conversation with Summi, part 2, episode 2, volume 2. I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram, and I told you I was gonna answer them here, and that's what I'm gonna do right now.
So the first question is, what was your first motivation to start producing music?
Well, kind of like I said in the last clip, I kind of got into it just because of, like, my siblings were always playing music and playing instruments, playing piano, guitar, and bass, and that, like, I don't know, just since, being around it all the time, like, really made me want to try it myself. I started with just playing piano and then playing other instruments and, taking piano lessons for a little while and then just teaching myself stuff, learning from my siblings and my family. When I got into high school, like, I really dove into music and I think connected with it on a more like spiritual level. That's when I knew like I wanted to learn more about how to make music and express myself artistically through music.
All right, so the next question is, how would you say that you get into your flow state?
Getting into my flow state, well, I'm gonna be honest, usually this is involved. Sometimes this is involved, but that's not the only thing. Obviously, that's not like the important part, but it helps. I usually have to be like inspired by something. If I'm inspired by something like Mighty here, then that'll make me want to create, and that'll kind of naturally put me in my flow state, I would say. Besides that, I think like having minimal distractions around you and just being able to focus on nothing but what's at hand, what's at task, what you're doing, I think like that's key. Also, like, being in flow state is kind of weird, right? Because like once you do achieve flow state, once you are in that groove, maintaining it is like a whole nother thing. Which is where I think it's like important to cut out all distractions and just stay focused on what you're doing. Personally, I find I forget to eat, and so sometimes that snaps me out of flow state because I need to like go eat something or drink some water. Besides that, like, I try not to let anything else pull me away from what I'm doing.
How would you say that you keep your motivation to stay like on your work?
Keeping my motivation up? Yeah,
like, how do you stay motivated?
I would say like always wanting to outdo myself, like I seen what I could do yesterday, but I don't know what I could do today, or I don't know what I could do tomorrow. And the only way I'm going to find out is if I try today and if I try tomorrow. Because ultimately, like, I have enough faith in myself to know that if it's not better today or tomorrow, it will be if I keep trying.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of days where like I do just want to give up, or I don't want to keep trying. And I think what's important is to just know that those days are going to come always. And you have to be okay with that, and just not necessarily force yourself out of those days, but just let them hit. It's a wave, right? It's going to be up and down. So you ride the highs, you ride the lows. I think what's most important is like keep an eye on the bigger picture and to know that like you're working towards a bigger goal.
Next question. Have you worked with any of your role models since moving to LA?
Peter Guns is a OG MC from the 90s, has a hit called Deja Vu. I got to work with him. I got to work with CL Smooth a little bit in the studio as well, thanks to the Math Club. I think regardless of like the names, there's been so many people I have met, new people, since coming to Los Angeles that have inspired me like beyond what I knew I could be inspired. If that makes sense. I'm not very good with words, I'm sorry, but I think that coming here and meeting all these people really puts perspective on your own art and your own work, and kind of makes you want to, like I said before, outdo yourself and try to outdo your peers. And seeing how people do what they do can change your perspective and open your eyes to new ways of doing things.
Last question is, bucket list of what you would want to accomplish in the music industry.
I mean, like, I think off top, like, I would love to be nominated and or win a Grammy. Would be fucking amazing. I think I got a lot of work to do for sure, but that's a definite goal that I'm striving for. Working with like some of my inspirations for sure. Any performing at a major festival like Coachella or Lollapalooza obviously would be fucking amazing. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like beyond that would be like a breathtaking experience, a very spiritual experience for sure. Going on tour for sure with a live band. That's like the background I grew up in, playing in jazz bands and rock bands, you know, playing in different orchestrated groups. It's different now that I'm kind of doing a solo project. I want to look and see how I can incorporate that back into my sets and my act. And so kind of what I've been working on recently is like putting together a band and gathering a group of people who are, you know, interested in playing the songs that I write and learning the pieces and bringing it together to make a cohesive act. Oh, I really want to work with Rick Rubin. That's a definite bucket list. I want to meet him. I want to talk to him. I want to pick his brain. I want him to pick my brain. Whatever the fuck. I just want to be in the same room as that guy and work on music with him. Have a lot of respect for him. I don't wanna be my own. Bro, Terry is crazy. I really want to work with Terry again too.
Terry's dope.
Terry's dope.
We like Terry.
We like Terry over here.
We love Terry.
Let me tell you something about this guy, Terry. I found him at the beginning of the pandemic. Only had like 3,000 followers at the time on Instagram. And I could just tell like this guy was going to be fucking huge. His music was already super dope. He had the whole look. He had the image. And I hit him up and I was like, yo, I have this song. Would you be down to do a feature on it? And he was like, $100. I was like, fuck. Like, respectfully, he deserved more than $100 even at the time. But like, I just wasn't in a place where I was like ready to pay for features. I was really just more looking to like collaborate with people. About 5 minutes later, he was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're in a pandemic. I might die tomorrow. I'll do it for free. And I was like, I was stoked. And I sent him the song, right? Made a little beat, sent him the song through. I had my little hook and my verse on it. And he sent it back like within less than a day. Like within the day, he sent it back. And it was fucking amazing. I listen to it now and I fucking hate my verse on it. But like his shit's chef's kiss. You know, a year and a half later after that, I fucking knew it. I knew he was going to blow. He's working with Mike Dean, Kanye West's producer. Go check out their album. What is it called? It's called Pigeons and Planes and Big Ass Kids present See You Next Year. And it's got people like Terry, it's got Tizo Touchdown, Wallace, Mike Dean produced the whole bitch. So I mean it's you gotta listen to it. And I mean Terry, like, dare I say best track? Best track?